everyone. I'm Chase Nebular. I am one co-host of the Word with Words podcast. And I would like to introduce you, my other co-host. Please come in.
Sorry to get in here. It's also my house, but oh my god.
This is Kaius.
This is Kaius. From the Wrestle Shop, which is no longer at the Wrestle Shop. I got fired. And also I have a broken leg. That's why it was hard to get in through the door. So what are we doing here, Chase? Other than breaking your phone? See, this is why it's going to be uncensored. You never know what Kaius says or does. Minutes before this, I just farted. So it smells here.
It does smell.
It was rancid.
Guys and I started to do a podcast together since we live in the same city. No other reason.
Same. We're not even really friends.
No, we met once at a...
Wrestling event?
No, I was going to say a gay strip club, but I was like, I don't know any gay strip clubs.
I think.
Is it
Pegasus?
Isn't that a bar?
I guess they strip also. I don't know.
Do they?
Sir, I don't go.
I've only been to Bonham.
Look, here's the thing.
Or Bonham.
I explained it to him while we were at Chili's eating, and this is why the fart situation happened. I don't go places that have difficult parking. Bars have difficult parking. If it's hard to get into a building, I ain't going to.
No, we just park in front of a house, and then you can go through the strip.
It's still difficult. I don't want to walk to something. If it's more than like 15 feet to the door, I'm done.
No, when I go drink, I drink, and we park, we walk, and then we stumble back.
I have a broken leg.
Just fucking, you walk to Chili's, you can walk to the bar.
I don't know. Funny story though.
Okay.
For one of my buddy's birthdays, also a wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
We went downtown.
Okay.
That walk was at least 3 miles long.
Oh yeah, you go downtown, you're walking.
I had to Uber back to my car because I gave up on the night.
Really?
I was like 3 drinks in. I was like, you know what, dog? I'm going home. This is not for me. This is not like I love you. I hope you have the greatest birthday. But this is where I leave you.
You're like a one bar person. Like here we are, here we stay.
Oh hell yeah!
No, I like going place to place.
I don't like going place to place because I want to get a buzz. I don't want to work it off. That's why I like drinking here.
I don't know. I like going and like being around people.
I hate people.
I mean, me too.
Which is very weird because I'm Kaius and people think I love everyone. I fucking hate large groups of people. I'd rather stay home. Maybe 2 to 3 people. That's why I like Carrie. Carrie is like my best friend. Never see him. I see him maybe like once a month.
Did we even do an intro?
I walked through the door.
Oh.
The door that's my house. And you walked through the living room.
I don't know. Dude, they don't need to know there's no door here.
I mean, you didn't close anything, so they know that you didn't.
That could have been already in the room.
That is true. This has already gone off like...
This has been the worst 3 minutes of any podcast.
We're actually on 4 minutes.
Okay,
right
if you want to round up.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, I got my jacket dirty.
From Chili's.
We went to Chili's. And the point is, we want to start a podcast together. No specific theme. Not about anything in particular. We're just here to talk, have a good time, have a sexy time possible. And then maybe one day we'll start doing games and like experiment on shit.
Yeah, maybe have hosts. We have a lot of friends that are
talk.
also weird.
And they love to talk.
They do love to talk.
Won't shut the fuck up.
They won't shut the fuck up.
They won't.
Can we cuss?
Well, we already did.
Okay, because I love to cuss.
Me too. I do. I remember at one show for the LWA where it was just a bunch of kids. And I was like, alright, gotta go out there, interact. And the owner at the time, Ray, looked at me like, Chase, don't go out there. And I'm like, why the fuck not? And he's like, because you won't stop cursing. So don't go out there. And I'm like, oh, my bad.
I would think aliens wouldn't know how to curse.
No, just be in their own language.
Well, then it wouldn't be cursing.
Yeah, what? It would still be cursing.
If you curse in Spanish, it's not cursing.
The fuck does that mean?
If it's in a different language, it's not cursing.
What kind of white trash example is that? What the fuck?
I'm Mexican. I can't be white trash. You're the whitest one here.
I'm Mexican.
Yeah, he's so white.
Yeah. So first thing I thought it would be fun to talk about because we are recording this on what's the day?
17th?
Damn, you know that. It's on Sunday the 17th. One day after the big Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight.
Was it big though?
No, it sucked.
It sucked hard.
I drooled. Gross.
I farted, so I'm good. I farted right now again. People won't know how many times. I'm going for a goal of 50 by the time we finish.
I know, and I'm just have to gonna sit here and pretend like you're not.
Yeah, man.
Sitting in your ass juices.
You love my ass.
I do not love your ass juices.
So many people love my ass juices.
Ugh.
I put my ass in a lot of faces.
You never put your ass on my face.
Yes, I have.
No?
At the Rumble.
No, you didn't do it to me. I was gonna do it to you. Then you grabbed my ass.
I did grab that ass.
Yeah,
I grabbed it hard.
You did. You gripped it like your life depending on it.
I was excited.
Point is, what'd you think of the fight?
I hated it.
Yeah, it sucked.
But not just because the Netflix was
Oh, Netflix
horrible.
being ass.
Like, I'm so disappointed with Netflix, which I was telling a buddy of mine, when we first got wrestling live on Peacock, well, not Peacock, but like the WWE Network,
Yeah.
the first couple of like pay-per-views were ass. So
They were cheap.
I was kind of expecting the same thing with Netflix, but it was just so bad. It was like,
You couldn't watch it.
it was maybe like 1 minute and then issues.
The only way I was able to watch it is I had to be like 30 seconds behind, and I had to keep getting out and in every time it buffered.
Yeah, no, me and my buddy that came in, we stopped it so we could go be fat and get nuggets. To come. So we were delayed on a 10-minute delay, and we were able to watch the Mike Tyson.
It was sad.
It was sad.
Dude, it was just some guy beating up an old man. It was sad.
No, it wasn't sad because of that. At least not in my eyes.
For me, it was sad. I was like, Jesus Christ.
No, for me it was sad because did you watch Mike Tyson train?
Yeah, he looked good.
And then you see him fighting, and he wasn't putting the same effort. Like, you could kind of tell that he was paid off. Something happened because, one, that whole gimmick, that little sketch that they did with him where he gave the interview and then walked away with his bare cheeks in camera.
That shit was so funny.
I was like, but that's not Mike Tyson. He's never been a funny guy.
Yeah.
So I was
What do you mean? Wait, no, hold time out. That's not true.
I mean,
Sir.
in these type of situations,
I was
he's
gonna
never
say
been
Mike Tyson Mysteries.
Well, yeah, but
Show kicks ass.
that show does kick ass. I love the pigeon.
I love Pigeon. Norm MacDonald, may he rest in peace.
Yeah, I didn't know he was dead.
Norm MacDonald?
Yeah.
Yeah, he died like a year or two ago.
I guess there's not gonna be a season 4.
Yeah. No.
I don't know if there's even a season 3 or 2.
I think there's 4 seasons actually.
I guess there's not gonna be season 5.
You need to stop texting.
That's what you get.
Yeah, it is what I get. I don't know. I just thought it was like an old man getting beat. It was hard.
I would have been okay with an old man getting beat up. The problem that I had was that he wasn't fighting back. He wasn't throwing punches. He wasn't.
And they were like, I'm not a fighter. I can't say shit. But like, I've seen Mike Tyson clips. That's not how he boxes.
Yeah, I saw the training. I was like, dude.
That's not even how he trained. Yeah.
Jake is gonna get murdered.
Everyone was hoping for it.
And
then he called out Logan.
Yeah, he did call out Logan, but it was just so weird because when Tyson made the his entrance, you could see he was already defeated.
Yeah.
Like his face was sad. I was like, I'm gonna lose this. There was like Mike Tyson. Whenever he went into any fight, you could see like I'm gonna fuck someone up. I'm gonna eat some ears today. And that fight, he was like, I'm gonna lose. There was no fight in him.
I don't watch the entrance. I just one man came in like barely in the beginning of the second or third round.
No, I watched the entrance and he was so defeated. Like the whole way in, he was defeated. You could tell that he was sad in his face, and like he just had no fight in him. So when he started fighting, I was like, maybe he's just really concentrating. That's why he looks a little like depressed, because whenever I'm like really into like, say I'm having a match or whatever, like I'm concentrating on something, like sometimes it looks like I'm sad. So I was like, maybe he's just so into the match.
Yeah, he's very focused.
That it looks like he's sad, but no, he was super depressed. The fucking match started, and usually like Mike Tyson fights, if anyone's ever seen a Mike Tyson fight, he fucking bull rushes.
Yeah.
He didn't fucking bull rush. Usually bull rushes his opponents. So I was like, man, this was paid off.
So So you think it's paid off, like for sure?
Hell yeah, no. Mike Tyson would have
I
murdered
don't
that child.
know enough about boxing to be like, this was a paid fight. Like, I can't say it. Like, I watch a Canelo fight because, Canelo.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, I only watch boxing.
I don't really watch boxing that much. I used to watch a lot of it, but boxing matches are expensive. About 100 something now. This is the first time that we didn't have to pay a shitload of money to watch a boxing match.
That's not true. You've never watched one of the YouTubers face off each other?
Well, yeah, but those are not that great.
Those were stupid.
But
I'm kind of glad that trend died, but I'm kind of sad about it too.
yeah, the street fighting.
No, when they would just get into boxing matches, sell out arenas and shit. These random ass YouTubers.
Logan Paul.
Fucking, I know, like, one of the YouTubers I watch, Aaron Hansen, from
Mia
Game
Khalifa.
Grumps.
Oh no, she's not a.
Did she box?
I don't know.
Dude, I was like, what the fuck? Had me hyped. I was like, why haven't I heard about this?
No, they're so expensive. Usually it's like about $109 or around $100.
Yeah.
To buy the thing. So I don't watch a lot of them. It's more like someone invites me. Even for UFC fights, I don't pay them. That's a lot. This is why I like the WWE, like Peacock Network, whatever.
Yeah.
Because you can have a pay-per-view and not have to pay extra. And yes, we're probably paying like about $100 a year, but
It's better than $60 a month.
yeah.
I remember that. I was thinking about that recently where I was like, growing up, I never watched a lot of WWE pay-per-views because I can't afford it. And then I was like, well, now we have the network. Well, not anymore. And now we have Peacock and they're going to Netflix and all that. And I was like, how the fuck do people afford this every month? Like $60 a month?
It's a lot.
That's a lot.
I feel bad because when I was a kid, again, mainly my grandma raised me and stuff, but my dad would show up. He was there a lot, so it's not like I didn't know who my dad was or my mom was. They were there. They were just not the main.
They weren't the main people
that were raising me, and I don't know if my dad just felt the guilt or whatever, but every month it was like, oh, Dad, there's a pay-per-view. And when I was younger, it was WCW and WWF.
Oh, that's right.
So there's 2, maybe 3 pay-per-views a month.
Fuck.
And I was like, oh, Dad, there's a pay-per-view. How are we going to miss? Because one of the things that I grew up doing with my dad was watching wrestling. It was always watching wrestling. That was our bonding time.
Yeah.
Like, we would go cats and dogs on each other every single day. Monday, later on Thursdays, and then Fridays for SmackDown and Thunder. And like, no fights. It was like promised that during wrestling, we're watching wrestling, we're enjoying each other's company.
That's nice.
We're buying food. We're just doing this. We're not gonna get like pissy at anything. We're not gonna get angry at each other. We're just gonna watch wrestling.
Yeah.
So,
So
usually, like, how are we gonna, like, we've been keeping up with a storyline for like a month, because back then it wasn't like now that, oh, we'll start a storyline 2 weeks and then it's over.
Yeah.
No, back then it was like months.
Yeah.
Of like build up, and it's like, Dad, how are we gonna, like, what if today is the end of the story? How are we gonna miss it?
Yeah. You
And
had
then
to watch.
You had to watch, so my dad would buy 2 pay-per-views at $60 a month.
Fucking hell.
And my dad has a good job, had a great job.
Oh, that's right. I remember we had.
But still, it was like 120, sometimes even 180 a month on top of the cable. And I know that for a while, I don't condone this, but for a while we had like that rip-off satellite cable that you could just get the pay-per-views for free.
I was sitting next to a criminal.
Yeah.
And I can't do this.
Crimes. Do as many as you can. But yeah, no, the satellites, we would pay like, I think $40, and they would just give us all the pay-per-views, a lot of porn. That's how I found that women would get naked on screen for money. I didn't know. I was a kid. All I wanted was wrestling. I didn't know about women getting naked. I don't know, whatever.
It's a very generational gap. Because like me, I started watching porn like a young ass age. Like
I'm
too
pretty
young.
sure I started watching porn at a young ass age too.
Because there was the internet, and I was like, naked ladies, and there they were. They popped up on my computer.
Yeah. Well, I didn't have the internet until I was like 13, 14.
How old is the internet?
1995?
No shit.
Yeah.
Weren't you like 60?
You mother. My knees are like 60. But, so So 95, yeah, like around 2002 is when 2000 is when we. I mean, it existed, but we didn't have it at my house because it was kind of like. I remember that it was like a luxury to have. When we got it, it was like, oh. And
well, I'm gonna be so real with you. I'm gonna sound stupid. I didn't know the internet existed till like 2009 or 10.
Yeah.
That's just because we were broke. We didn't have it till.
No, that like it makes sense because we didn't have it until I was way later. So I never really got into porn. The only reason I knew about porn was because we had the satellite and it was like channel 999, and it was the Playboy channel and some other like a channel, and it was like sketchy ass women just getting naked.
I'm starting to think about it. We probably should have had a discussion if we were gonna make this a PG show or not.
We're probably not.
Well, it's already not. Like, fuck it.
You cursed like in the first 5 minutes.
Did I start it?
Yeah.
That sounds like me.
But I mean, we haven't said anything bad. And
we just found out you're a criminal.
Well, that's true, but we already knew that was a criminal.
We've been knowing. Oh, fuck.
But yeah, no, like I didn't get into like I was a nerd. I was like a big nerd. And like other than the background because this is my house.
Yeah.
But like when I was a kid, Disney was what I watched all day.
Really? I couldn't tell.
I watched Nickelodeon. Like I wasn't like, oh, I need to see tits. And it wasn't like, oh, the other way either. I wasn't like, oh, maybe I need to see a dick. No, it was just, I didn't care for naked people. I didn't know that we had to get naked in front of each other. So
what?
Yeah, like I knew about people. Like my concept of like nudity was, you get naked when you have sex, and you only have sex when you get married. So since I'm not getting married anytime soon, I don't need to like worry myself about wanting to see like Clarissa over there naked.
Oh, what an interesting mindset you had.
Yeah. So it was just, I was watching Nickelodeon, I was watching Disney, and the only reason I started, like even after the satellite stuff, I was like, oh, they're naked, it's weird. It's for heathens. Fuck that.
Can't watch this.
Can't watch this.
Zach and Cody, though.
God, when Zach and Cody was not in existence when I was there. But I was like...
Oh, your Disney shows then.
Disney shows?
For me, it was like Zach and Cody, Hannah Montana, others that I can't think of. Well, I grew up poor, so I was on and off cable. So sometimes I'd watch shows, and then other times I was not.
So I grew up... So my dad had a great job, but I grew up with my grandma, so we grew up moderate. Mm-hmm. And even though I love Disney, I only watched Disney movies because Disney Channel was a premium channel.
Really?
So, yeah, like you had to pay like a whole other like $50 just to get.
Wild.
Yeah, and they came up with a bunch of other channels, but like I didn't have Disney. I could only like.
It was just the movies.
Just the movies.
Just the movies.
My growing up was Nickelodeon, and I watched Rugrats.
Fuck yeah.
Rocket Power.
What is that?
Rocket Power was a bunch of like little kids, like skater little kids, and they lived in.
Oh, I do know Rocket Power.
Yeah, they lived like in Hawaii or Florida. Or
something. Yeah. I thought it was California.
It might be. I don't know.
I know it was like near the beach.
Yeah. I watched.
Oh, you unlocked a weird core memory for me. Holy shit.
My Heroes Now. Action League Now?
What the fuck is that?
So Action League Now was basically what me and Kyrie do with our toys, but Action League Now was a bunch of toys, and it's not like, oh, a bunch of wrestlers. No, it's like literally a He-Man, and it was a scuba diver that was tossed in the microwave, so it was all melted. It was a Wonder Woman, and it was Mr. Stinkface, which was just a toy with trash on it. And they were heroes, and they would go save the day. And it wasn't like they were heroes to toys. They were heroes to go, like, they were stopping cars and shit.
What the fuck? What is this show?
Action League Now.
You could never do that today.
You can, because the He-Man was naked.
What?
Yeah, that's how they, like, got away with it, because the He-Man was, like, nude.
What about Wonder Woman?
Wonder Woman had clothes.
Well, I'd imagine. But, like, how'd they get away with that?
Oh, her head was a Barbie.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's clever as fuck.
It's like, there was just small little tweaks in the toys that was like, okay, so it's not that,
Your bag
but
freaked me the fuck out.
well, pick it up.
No, it's fucking. It's in its own thing. Like, I'm not gonna bother it.
Okay, well, I do have ghosts in here, but
We're gonna move on. I don't want to talk about that.
yeah, no,
So I'll
no,
never
no.
come back.
Yeah. And I mean, I watched the Chalk Zone.
Frick, just saying words to me, man.
So Chalk Zone was a cartoon of this kid found a chalk, and then he created his own world.
Oh no! I do know that show, but we had the other one. It was like that motherfucker with the purple crayon.
Oh yeah, no, it was
Wow, what's
They just had the movie, and it was ass.
I heard it was ass.
Yeah.
I didn't even have to hear about it.
I mean,
I
the
saw
show
the
was
trailer.
ass.
But there's nothing that bad. I don't remember. I don't watch it. I just know of it.
Yeah.
I know more shows because, like I said, we didn't have cable a lot. So what happened? My dad would always buy like cheap VHS tapes and like DVDs, and they always had commercials behind it.
Yeah.
And then you would see the commercials for whatever studio it fucking was, and you're like, oh, this is those shows. I know those, but I've never seen them.
Yeah, no, I watched a lot of TV growing up because I was left alone an undangerous amount of time.
You're bumming me out. Holy shit.
No, well, the thing is that back then kids were left alone. Like my grandma had to work. My parents were doing off their own thing. So my grandma was my main caretaker, and she would go to work for 8-10 hours, and it wasn't while I was at school. Like I would get home from school, she'd feed me. Like, okay, Miko, I'm going off to work. Do not do anything dangerous. If it's sharp, don't touch it. If it turns on fire, don't touch it. If issues happen, go with God.
Things happen, pray.
Yeah, that basically.
If
If there's a fire, speak with Jesus. He'll handle it.
Stay put. Don't move.
Yeah, no.
Jesus will take care of it.
Yeah, because one of the main rules was do not open that front door. No matter
Yeah.
what's going on in here, you don't open that front door.
So I think my generation was part of the phase where it was slowly becoming a thing that you can't leave your kids alone. Because I remember my mom telling me about how one of our neighbors called the cops because she went to go like get milk from the corner store or some shit.
Golly.
And we were alone for like maybe 5-10 minutes, and they called the cops. They're like, you can't do that.
I remember when I was 7, I was left at the house for like 5 days by myself.
Shut the fuck up, you're lying.
No.
Why?
So my grandma had to go to, like, because we lived on a border town, so my grandma had to go to Mexico.
Where are you from?
Laredo.
You're from Laredo?
Yes. We're all from Laredo.
You're from... Dude, I had no idea. You're from Laredo?
Yes.
What the... What, cool.
We're all from the same city.
I...
What the fuck?
You know, the more we talk, the more that story we said that we just met at some show makes sense.
I know.
Are you actually from Laredo?
Yes, I'm from Laredo.
From shit, how long?
What do you mean?
Like, how long were you from Laredo?
I mean, I'm 37 now, so I've been from Laredo for 37 years.
No. How long did you grow up there?
I mean, I went. I graduated from Nixon, and then I went to college in Waxahachie. Or I mean in Dallas.
About you.
Huh?
No wonder I never heard about you. You're from
Yeah, 'cause I'm fucking older than you.
School didn't matter. Like.
Yeah, and I'm older than you.
Yes.
But
I could have sworn this whole time I've known you, I thought you were from here.
oh no, I fucking hate this place. If I had to grow up in San Antonio, I would have killed myself.
I like San Antonio.
As an adult,
I guess so.
as a kid, fuck.
Why would that suck?
Have you seen the school systems? Have you seen the kids here? They're horrible. Like,
No, I'm not really looking at kids, man.
well, I've had to deal with kids.
Oh.
And it, like, kids are super hard. I mean, I'm not saying all kids because there's some really good kids out there.
No,
But-
most of them.
But like compared to how, at least how I was raised, where, like I said, I didn't watch porn until I was maybe like 15, 16.
Yeah.
Like, if there's a fire, Jesus is gonna handle it.
Yeah.
You don't leave this door. Like, we're kind of that generation to where, if we went outside to play and I saw you outside, guess what we're doing? We're gonna play. Not like, you're on my street, I'm gonna kick your ass and take your bandana. And that's the kind of, like, you can't let your kids out. Like, I see it here in the front yard where the kids, like, bully each other and they, like, take each other's stuff and beat each other. And it's like, man, when we were kids, we would go outside and we'd see another kid our age or even older, and it's like, So, touch football?
Yeah. I remember I used to growing up, we became friends with some kids up the street, and we would just like go play games and basketball and shit.
Yeah, like there was a girl in my street, and like that's how I learned how to play with Barbies and stuff because you want to play Barbies? And I'm like, well, you're the only one in my street, so let's go.
You know, when you're my age.
Yeah, I was like, let's go.
That's how it normally went too.
Yeah.
You just had to find someone that was relatively your age. You're like, good enough.
Yeah, no, and like, I think once we started going to high school, it's when we kind of got a little separated.
Yeah.
But when we were kids, we were like, okay, yeah, no, let's play doll houses. Let's go on the bikes. Like really dangerous things. I would make her be my test when we were on the bikes.
What the fuck does that mean?
So, I made a little cool ramp, but I'm older than you and I'm a boy. You have to lay on there first and see if I can jump over you first. And see if the ramp is like valid.
Horrible.
I was a boy.
Yeah.
She was a girl, and back then boys ruled and girls ruled. So I was like, I'm already doing you a favor by
Letting you be my friend.
my friend. So you're gonna have to be the test first. And if the ramp is safe, I'm gonna go again just to make sure it's really safe. Then you can take your turn in jumping over me.
Oh, this poor girl.
I never fell on her.
Well, I'd hope not.
Actually, no, I did fall on her. But it wasn't with a bike. It was with a skate, so she was fine.
She okay? Where is she now?
She's probably dead. No, she still lives right there by the block. She never left. Like
Too much trauma from the head from fucking skateboards and bikes.
it wasn't actually not even like it wasn't skates. It was the Heelys.
Wait, when were Heelys made?
A long ass time ago when I was a kid.
Oh, I thought Heelys was like our generation.
No, we had them too.
No shit.
Our Heelys had lights.
Damn, that kicks ass. I never had Heelys. My brother had Heelys.
They were so uncomfortable. It was like
They were not comfortable shoes.
It was like you were wearing heels all the time.
Yeah.
And then like everyone knew that you were coming because No, not even. When you walk, you hear that clock, clock.
Well, you can take them out and put a thing in.
Look, man, I never took them out.
Why?
I don't know, man. They were Heelys.
Yeah, but that's the point. You're supposed to take them out, put them in, so you can walk regularly.
No,
and then...
ours, you couldn't take them out.
You didn't have that?
No, ours were Heelys all the time.
No. Ours were like you can take out the wheel and they give you like a patch, so they can just be regular shoes.
Or maybe just because my grandma was poor and we didn't get the patch, but ours was like Heelys all the time.
No shit. No, they filled it with the box. They're like, oh, this is this and this. You can do this. I'm like, cool.
No, like I remember getting the box and it's just the Heelys, and I was so excited because, so, I've always been a bigger kid.
Yeah.
Even like not just fat, like taller, and like I have a big foot, and like it's hard to get me shit.
Yeah.
And I remember I was maybe like 6, 7, and I'm like, that's all I want for Christmas.
Heelys.
I want Heelys because all those kids on the commercials, they're fucking badass.
Those are cool kids.
And if I get those Heelys, I'm gonna be like those kids, and they're gonna want to put me in their commercials. We're gonna make it, Grandma. You buy me those Heelys, we're gonna be in California.
We're getting us out of here, Grandma. Like, we don't have to worry about a thing.
You know how dumb it was to be a kid though, because
I sort of remember it wasn't that long. Oh, it was long ago.
There were so many things that I thought, you know what? If I had that, we're getting out of this town.
Yeah.
So that was one of the things. Like Heelys, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be so cool at Heelys. Like I'm already cool at my bike. I jump over like Christina all the time. So I'm like,
I'm due any minute. Like
yeah, like they're gonna be driving by. They're gonna be like, that kid wearing Heelys? Fucking sign him to a 10-year contract.
You know, it's funny because I have the mentality too. But I remember like, fucking being younger, and there was like a commercial. You know, Kids Bop.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember being like, you know, sign your kid up to be in a video, and I'm like, I can sing. I'm sure they can teach me to dance.
I'm pretty sure you could dance.
I was like, I cannot. But I was like, we can make it. I would be like, Mom, we have to do it. And my mom was like, yeah, I'm not going to send some random company a video of you. And I'm like, why not?
So, I have another sad story of that, which was really, really sad.
I'm very excited.
So, when I was younger, I don't know if you know what all that is.
Isn't that that's the Nickelodeon show, right?
Yes, it's kind of like SNL, but for kids.
Yeah, I saw the documentary on Dan Schneider.
Not about that. But apparently we're gonna go for the hour. Because
Yeah, fuck it. We're going. We're doing pretty good.
Let's hope that we're recording because holy shit.
Should we? We should probably
check. We're taking a break.
Well, we're not taking a break. Tell your story.
Take a break and see if it's...
No, it's still recording.
Oh, it's recording.
Yeah.
Oh, good. We'll cut this out.
No, tell your story. Leave it in.
Okay, well, guess we're leaving it in.
We're live.
We don't even know who... Well, we're not really live, but...
I mean, we're here.
We'll see who watches it, even with the bloopers. But, okay, so back to the story.
All right.
So, all that had casting calls. Like, legit casting calls around the nation. Like, send your VHS. Like, we'll send you a mail and be like, oh, you've been selected to be on the show.
Yeah.
Like, make preparations to
move
and all this other stuff.
Will they have paid for you to move? Or?
Yes, they paid for everything.
You got it?
So, that's the thing. I send in my VHS, they send in the letter, and they're like, oh, we think you're funny. Make sure your parents agree, sign all this paperwork, and like we'll start the process on moving you down to
Shut the fuck up.
California. My grandma was like, that's how they get you. That's how the government gets you. We're not signing these papers.
What?
So we didn't sign the papers. I got the spot. We didn't sign the papers. And like 3 months later, Nick Cannon got hired.
Shut the fuck. You could have been Nick Cannon.
I could have been Nick Cannon. I could have been banging Mariah Carey. What?
Wait, let's take a step back.
That's her ex.
Nick Cannon and Mariah Carey dated?
Yes, they have kids together.
Nick Cannon has kids everywhere.
Well, that's true, but yeah, that's the only one I care about. Cause she was hot when I was younger.
She's hot now.
She's hot now. It's still
Very
fun.
beautiful lady.
Yes.
She got great Christmas music.
Amazing.
Dude, she's on tour.
Hot damn.
I think she's playing today.
She might be watching this, and
why would she be watching this?
why wouldn't she be watching this?
Like in her free time, she just watches.
I watch
Up and Starting podcasts.
Yeah, on YouTube.
Mariah Carey?
Yeah, maybe.
No. She got more important things to do.
Maybe she's like, oh well, I feel like a long time ago I could have met someone that was gonna be on.
Could have met Kaius.
But yes, I always told my grandma because like Nick Cannon got hired and I let it go whatever because
You could have been dating Mariah Carey.
I could have been dating Mariah Carey, but I like years like when we got older I was like, why didn't you just sign the papers? And she's like, well, the government would have just taken you away. That's how you get rid of kids.
What does that mean? Like,
I don't know. That was her answer. All like till she died, she was like, the government was gonna take you away if I signed those papers.
to where?
I guess to fame. I don't know. She didn't.
That's the point.
She was like, if we're struggling, we're both struggling.
If I'm down, you're down.
Yes. It was like, if I had a bad life, you're having a bad life too, man.
Dude, holy shit.
But yeah, no, and I
love
I remember because like when I did the VHS because we had the old school like the big old motherfucking like.
Yeah, I remember seeing the friend's house, and I'm like, y'all are living in
It was like
luxury.
50 fucking pounds camera.
Fucking massive.
And I remember setting it up, and I remember Grandma like turning it on, and me like doing the couple little jokes, and because they.
So did she just help you, thinking you wouldn't get picked?
Yeah.
And then you got picked, and you're like.
Yeah, because the whole thing was like so you didn't download, but like you so the thing on screen it had like 3 jokes, and you were supposed to play the jokes.
Oh, and tell them.
Like on the camera, like you'd record the video, it'd be like 3-minute, 10-minute video.
Do you by any chance remember the jokes?
I don't remember.
Fuck, I was hoping you remember.
But
Were they
were kid jokes. They
yeah,
were
was
like what do like snowmen smell or some shit, like oh carrots, and you had to like tell the jokes.
And you had to like exaggerate.
Yeah, exaggerate and like be bodily and all. And I went all out because I was like, this is
That's
it.
the show.
I was like, I want to be on SNL. I'm gonna meet Amanda Bynes. She's gonna fall in love with me. Then I'm gonna break up with her and like hook up with Hillary Duff. There was a lot of that when I was young.
You had it planned out. You planned the break.
I did plan the breakup. You don't know, I had so many plans as a kid that like if you really get into it, it's like, what's wrong with this guy?
I've never in my life done anything like that where I'm like, I'm gonna get with her, I'm gonna break up with her, then I'll move on. Like, that's never.
I did. I was like, Amanda Bynes is gonna be the like step to Hillary Duff.
Was Hillary Duff on all that?
No, she was on the Disney Channel.
She was on Lizzie McGuire, no?
Yeah, but like, they would have the little crossover magazines where they're like, oh, Amanda Bynes is hanging out with Hillary Duff. I was like,
Scandalous.
yes.
2 different networks.
I know, and I was like, you know what? I could bag Amanda Bynes, but I definitely can't bag Hillary Duff. But I have a good personality enough to like.
We're starting a list now of like the women that you could have been with if your grandmother didn't want you taken away from
I
your
know, man. Amanda Bynes,
Mariah Carey, and Hillary Duff.
Hillary Duff. God damn.
You've missed out.
No, and it gets worse. So,
It gets worse.
not that story. That story is like pretty much that like I didn't get it. They send like maybe like 10 letters. Like, oh, maybe he's not getting. They kept sending.
They
them.
wanted you.
They wanted me, and I was like, Grandma, and I was like, no, they're gonna take you. And you don't know where they're gonna take you, and I might never see you again. They might sell your organs. I'm like, what the fuck? Those kids look happy on TV.
Those kids look great. Look at Nick Cannon.
I know. And I was like, and then because it was a whole contest, like it took months to cast.
Yeah.
Because it was 3. It was Nick Cannon, it was some white kid, and it was another girl for all that.
Yeah.
And it took a couple months, and when they announced the first one, it was Nick Cannon, and I was like, and then like I was so mad at my grandma because I was like, my grandma, my parents were always like, school.
Yeah.
Do school.
My family too.
Be smart. But I never was interested in school. I wanted to be creative. So when that happened, I was like, well, I'll do school on the side, but this is what will make me happy. And it still would have made me happy. Like if I was a kid and they would have asked me like, you want to go? And I would have gone.
You want to make all that videos now, you and me?
Yeah, let's fucking make all that videos.
Let's
touch each other. Oh no, that's not the part.
Different, all that, dude.
Oh, okay, well then.
Is there? Never mind. I don't want to talk about that. Let's.
Back to the girls that I could have been with.
Okay, let's get back on that.
You know why I got into wrestling?
Why?
People think that it's because of the brotherhood, because I loved all this, like, drama. There's a lot of drama in wrestling.
Yeah.
But the brotherhood, I love wrestling. I do love wrestling. I genuinely love the story. But you know why I got into wrestling? Because I was going to get into wrestling. I was going to make it in WWE. I was going to start dating Stephanie McMahon. I was going to break up with her, and I was going to own WWE. I wasn't going to stay with Stephanie. I was just going to use her until I got the deed to WWE or WWF back in the day.
You think Vince was just going to be like, your boyfriend?
I was going to get married, but once I got it...
You're your husband. Yeah, good guy.
I mean, he did it to Triple H.
Yeah, but that's Triple H.
I would have been Triple H.
You're not Triple H.
I could have.
Let me say, let me. You're a good wrestler. You're not Triple H.
I'm not, but I could have been the Triple H.
No, see, I believe more that you could have been Nick Cannon.
Oh no, that was like that happened. The WWE thing, the only reason I got into wrestling, well, now I love it. Like, I love the sport. I love the storytelling. I love some of the brothers in the back. I'm not talking about just the black people. No, I love everyone. I love all the kids. I love, like, now I'm a coach, so I love the kids. I love, like, everyone in the back.
No, we're not moving forward.
We're moving forward.
What the It's not just.
But like now I liked it. But when I started wrestling, I only was doing it because I was like, I'm gonna get
Stephanie.
And Stephanie was hot. Like when I was young, and she's still hot. But
You're still very
I
beautiful.
like when I was young. I liked the girl next door kind of vibe, and she was like very girl next door.
Yeah, same.
Not really big boobs, very cute, not a lot of makeup. Like very simple, like not exaggerate. Because you know what wrestling is? Like back in the day when, well, not your day, but my day, every girl was exaggerated. Trish Stratus had huge tits, like bigger than her fucking body.
I was at the tail end of all that.
So the girls on mine, I was like, they're hot, but they don't look like the girl that I would want to date. And Stephanie looked like the girl that I would want to date.
Wasn't it like supermodels hired to be wrestlers?
Oh yeah, always. I mean, still.
Really?
Yeah, there's still that like WWE ID stuff. It's all about like all like that.
Really?
Yeah.
I never thought about it. I don't really think about it at all. I just saw what it. I don't really understand what it is, but I was like, that's cool.
Yeah. I don't either, but.
You're ready to talk shit about it.
But I'll talk shit about anything.
Facts, right?
But yeah, no, I was like, I'm gonna get into WWE. I'm gonna marry Stephanie. I'm gonna take over the business. Then I'm gonna reach out to all that, and I'm gonna take my rightful place at.
I just love. You're still on all that.
I'm gonna take that rightful place. I still belong there. Nick Cannon, if you're watching this, which he might be.
No.
You don't know this. Sometimes I put on YouTube and random videos pop up.
Nick Cannon, if you're watching this, and we know you are,
I still want my cut. You're only famous because I did not take this spot.
Only because the government was gonna take him.
Yes. Do something to me. I still don't know. I might have liked it. I don't know.
I think that's a good way to end it. We didn't talk about anything we wanted to talk about. This was way better than we thought.
We had plans.
We did, but this came out way. I just love that for each situation you had a step plan. I didn't know, like, I'm gonna date her, and then I'm gonna break up with her.
I was a very. Oh, you know what? There's steps that I didn't tell you about the.
For the Hillary Duff one?
Yeah.
What were the other steps?
So.
Okay.
The first step was date Amanda Bynes to get to Hillary.
Start with that in mind.
So date Amanda Bynes. If Hillary wasn't paying attention, I would make her jealous by dating Lindsay Lohan.
Were they friends?
Yes, they were.
No shit.
Well, they were on Disney together, so I was like,
Oh.
you know what? I'll be dating Lindsay Lohan. She'll be like, that bitch, you didn't date me.
You started.
You don't know how much I would think about these plans. Like, these were like, I was left alone a lot. Like I told you, I was left alone a lot. So I would be like, okay, so get famous, date Amanda Bynes. Amanda Bynes is going to be the connection to Hillary. If she's being like hard to get, because you know that Hillary's like, she wants it. She wants Kaius. She wants this. So I was like, in case she's playing hard to get, or she has a boyfriend at the time, we'll date Lindsay Lohan just so she'll be like, that guy, he's a good one.
Well, if she sees this, I bet she'll feel very flattered.
Yeah, she's probably watching.
Why would any of these people be watching?
Why wouldn't they be watching?
Because they have better things to do.
We have better things to do.
We did not. That's why we're doing it.
That's true. But, like I said, sometimes YouTube just throws you those random videos.
Before we end this,
Yes.
now I'm curious. Doing the podcast,
Mm-hmm.
I think we're gonna do more creative stuff.
Probably. Yes.
Do you have a step plan at the moment that I'm not
For the
aware of?
podcast?
No. I'm saying, right, do you have like get in the podcast, like, get famous, I'm gonna hit up Amanda Bynes.
Amanda's no longer the.
Is there, okay, that's what I'm saying. Is there a new part of the plan?
Kinda.
What is it?
So we get rich off of the podcast.
Okay.
I moved to California
Why would you move to California if we're getting rich off the podcast?
so we can have better things to film.
We would both move to California?
Of course we would.
Why can't we just move to like Austin or some shit?
Because it's still here. And Disney's right next to.
Well, why would I move to Florida? I don't want to live by hurricane area though.
Yeah, no, that's dangerous over there.
But the earthquakes scare me.
Yeah, it's very rare. But still, we that's the steps right now.
Okay.
Get famous on the podcast.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Go to California.
Okay.
Go to Disney on the weekends when we're not filming the podcast.
Every weekend?
Of course, why not?
I'm kind of down for that. That sounds like fun.
So during the week we'd film the podcast. On the weekends, we go to crazy at Disney.
Okay.
Because we have a lot of money from the podcast.
Yeah, we in fact we're putting it on the business card because it's a business expense.
Yeah, of course.
So no taxes.
We're gonna be noticed at Disneyland because a lot of famous people go to Disneyland.
Okay.
They're gonna be like, oh, those are the guys from the podcast. We love that podcast.
They're from the Words with Words.
Yeah, Words with Words. And they're gonna be like, you know what? Let's give them a show. We get a show on Comedy Central. It's one of those like at 1 o'clock in the morning kind of shows.
Yeah, like you're watching when you're drunk.
Yeah, so we're not gonna be like great, but we're gonna be
on there.
We're gonna be on there. Hillary Duff notices the show. I start dating Hillary Duff. She leaves her husband. I'm not sure if she's still gonna leave her kids, but I guess I'm okay if she keeps the kids.
You know, we had the discussion. We really talked it out, and she convinced me we're gonna keep the kids.
Oh, Joffrey.
Joffrey, no, you bastard, stay up.
They're gonna know that mic is not connected to anything.
No, you're gonna end it there. Or is there more to your plan I don't know about?
Well, yes, but it gets unsavory after that.
Alright, so we're gonna end it there, everyone. Hope you enjoyed. Do you want to plug anything?
Well, I'm broken right now, so I'm not wrestling. But yeah, follow me on TikTok. I do Fortnite videos and funny comedy videos.
Yeah, follow me. Follow my other podcast, Left Unseen with Bobby Light.
I'm just Kaius everywhere, just_Kaius. So follow me on everything.
I'm Chase Nebular. Hope you all enjoyed that one for the first episode of Words with Words.
It's just gonna get weirder from here.
I hope so.
Yeah. There's gonna be more steps. Sydney Sweeney comes out in one of those steps.
Wait, hold on. Okay, now we need to pause. Why? Okay. We'll save it for the next one. We'll see you all on the next one.
Yes.
Alright, bye-bye.